Under the sun, the fields are alive. Cheering crowds and the teams collide. In these moments, we stand tall and free. First pride runs deep in me. With every touchdown, we rise and we cheer. Unity and spirit, the heart of the year. Raising voices, let's make it loud. In Florida's high schools, we're so damn proud. From the bleachers to the end zone to go, football and cheers make our spirits grow. Girls in the game, they're fierce and bright. Flag in hand, they give it their might. From every town they bring their dreams. On this field of gold, nothing's as it seems. Together we shine, together we play. In Florida's heart, we own this day. Raise your voices, let's make it loud. In Florida's high schools, we're so damn proud. From the bleachers to the end zones go, football and cheers make our spirits grow. So here's to the game, we'll rise and stand. In Florida's field, we're a united band.
All right, everybody, it is that time of the night. It is time for the Space and Treasure Coast edition of the Blitz, and happy Be Bald and Free Day. Well, I'm not bald.
Maybe.
Well, welcome everybody here to the Space and Treasure Coast edition of the Blitz here. And as I kind of mentioned at the start of the end of the last show, is that we were supposed to have a guest here. We were supposed to have Alan Solarzinski on from the Brevard Sports Network here tonight. He asked me really late. It was too late to get another guest in, but this one I understand what the situation is that a few weeks ago, one of their videographers, Caleb Brown, suffered it was an accident. It was on a platform, but they were broadcasting youth football on a Saturday, and it kind of got windy down there in Brevard County, and the platform ended up knocking Caleb over. It ended up knocking over, and it caused Caleb some pretty significant injuries. And Caleb just got discharged from rehab today. So now they're roommates basically, and then Alan went to go help basically situate Caleb. And so Alan said for next weekend we will have Alan Solarzinski next week. So no guests tonight, but we'll talk some things here because there's a lot going on and everything with that said here. So we'll kind of do we'll kind of extend out the Blitz lines just a few minutes here, and then we'll kind of come back to talk about a couple of things because again we got some interesting games this week, Chris, involving the teams that are in the Space and Treasure Coast area.
Oh yeah, plenty of games this week, and a lot of playoff implicated games coming up over the next couple of weeks, especially in the district play.
Absolutely here. As we get in here into the Blitz lines here, and yes, appreciate that, Mark. And as we roll into this one here, I mean, there's a lot to really kind of digest here, Chris. I mean, as we roll into this one here, and last week here with some games here, and let's just start this. Let's just start out with this in this situation here, and Mother Nature put a couple of games into the proverbial graveyard until week 12.
Yeah.
Yep.
To be a common theme.
Yep, one of them. By the way, actually, I gave y'all. I said O'Galley and Mary, but the thing is, actually, I apologize. I have to fix this here real quick as I roll along. I just noticed my error of my ways of when I was putting the records together earlier, and it's so there was only 4 out of our 6 games got played here, but you know, 2 of the games that got hit. A Popcut Cocoa was one of them. O'Galley, Merritt Island, another. Both of them are now situated for week number 12 now.
Yeah, man. 2 of those games. Those are the 2 games that we were looking forward to the most.
I was looking forward to the Popka Cocoa game because I wanted to see, okay, is Coco going to find some stride back? Because obviously you've got a big one now this week. And maybe the rest helps you. Maybe not being able to play hurt you. Those are some questions that I've got situated here for this week for Coco. It's like, what did the weather delay do? What did the weather postponement do for you? Did it help you or did it hurt you?
Yeah, I think a lot of this is probably going to be on momentum for Coco. I get the feeling that this weather stoppage is probably going to hurt them more than it helps them. Because once you get on a groove, you don't want to get off that groove, and that's the thing that's probably going to come back to bite them. And could be an issue here. And O'Galley and Merritt Island, we're gonna have to. We could potentially be looking at week 12 before that. The district there, District 3A8, could be decided as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that district, oh man, that's one of the more interesting districts in the entire region.
And yeah, I mean, this one in O'Galley's got Titusville this week, but O'Galley, Merritt Island, everything could be settled come Tuesday, November 4th. And again, that is we broke that news last week here on FloodHSFootball.com. That is the mandated deadline by the FHA for any makeup games. At this point, they've kind of like opened it up to a Monday, Tuesday deal for teams to make up games. Week number 12, appears to me, Chris, that the FHA wants to get the playoff brackets out sooner rather than later. See, last year they gave teams until Thursday pretty much to make up games last year, but and we had a couple hurricane strikes. I get that.
Yeah.
Right now.
Considering the circumstances this year, I could see them wanting to get it out of the way earlier. So last year was an exception to the rule.
Yeah, last year was the exception to the rule. I think this year they had it built in, ready to go just in case. So far, knock on wood, we have not had to deal with this in it right now. As it says right now, shoot! I'm trying to look at it here from the national. I want to pull up the National Hurricane Center. What right now we got Lorenzo sitting out there. Pretty much far away out there, and basically I want to look at it here. Yeah, the projected cone keeps it out to sea. So I mean, other than that, the National Hurricane Center has nothing on terms of anything out there that is even lurking around. So I say for this,
it's a big win.
It's a big win this year. It's a big win this year, and usually if we can get past through, usually if we can get past through between weeks 5 to 8, if we can get through those without getting hit with a hurricane, usually the prospects bode pretty well for us for the rest of this down stretch of the regular season and into the playoffs.
Yeah, and I remember last year, not only the entire state of Florida got hit, and the entire Southeast coast, the entire Southeast got hit. Yeah.
I mean, absolutely, and this is what, man.
And you got people still rebuilding up in North Carolina and South Carolina and Georgia. They're still rebuilding from Hurricane Helene. I mean,
people saw Milton last year too, but Helene. I mean, you had people in Taylor County. As you heard Coach Braswell last week from on our Panhandle edition of the Blitz. They had their own issues, and people left because the entire chunks of coastline was lost and homes were basically gone. So I need to go log into my account on Josh's site to see what his rankings are predicting. Well, yeah, you can see this. Yeah, you could see what the projected score is on FloatHSFootball.com. If you don't have that, get the FloatHSFootball.com/season ticket. You can see the projected scores, win probabilities. We give you the win probabilities on the games we pick here. But if you want to see all the win probabilities, you have to have a season ticket membership. And the forecast itself, like the lines, some people call them spreads, those are available right now on FloatHSFootball.com. And then the in-depth rankings will be tomorrow. Playoff roadmaps as well.
Yeah. I got a question for the chat.
Yeah, go ahead.
Would you like to see some weather on FloatHSFootball.com?
I think I'd be honest. Here's my opinion, Chris, as a site owner. Everybody's got a weather app on their phone. I don't know if they're going to want to go on the. I think the biggest thing I'm pushing for is we get the historical stuff going, because honestly, that's going to be the big, huge thing. I think a lot of people want to see that because there's no place to really pull it all together right now. That's kind of sporadic. And so we're talking about that. But as we go more into our Blitz Lines, again, we're going to just do as a double edition of the Blitz Lines here tonight since we don't have our interview. And how do you predict
You can't. Here's the best thing. Sunshine and rain all in one day.
Here's the saying. Just wait 5 minutes. If you don't like the weather will change. Yes, sir. I should have been a voice actor. I don't know why I never did that. Probably long hours and not enough pay. I can't speak much on this about long hours and not enough pay, because it certainly is here in high school football. But it's my love here in this as well. So, I don't get paid enough for some of the dollars these days. But hey, this is what I love. This is what I love. There's some frustrating things on the other side that if this keeps going, it's not going to make me love this sport the way I love it.
No. Oh man, I tell you what.
And I'm just being honest. I'm just giving honest takes tonight. I'm just giving honest takes. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But anyways, looking at a couple of other things as we go along here. Looking from last week here, West Nassau beat Satellite. That one did not surprise me, Chris.
Didn't surprise me either. But I was surprised it was a little closer than it.
26-13, but can I remind you, you did take Satellite on your picks.
Yeah.
And so did Reno. So, anyways, that was one of the games. But I did go wrong on John Carroll and Jensen Beach. How about that? A round of applause out there to Jensen Beach. They are district champs. Beat John Carroll, and that was a close forecast last week on that particular game here. And sure enough, and look at it here, Jensen Beach, a 1-point winner over John Carroll, 21-20. As I say, all you have to do is win by one.
Yeah, Jensen Beach is still undefeated.
But we'll see here. But that's the thing. We'll have to see about Jensen Beach and see where they go from here. But with that said, I know Jensen Beach this week. I want to go back here real quick here wherever I put it at, as we're going to need to take our first break here of the show here. And beating John Carroll's okay, but I don't. It's the strength of schedule kind of bothers me with John Carroll. With Jensen Beach a little bit. That's where my bothersome is sitting there with that one is.
Yeah, they're still undefeated, but. Some of the schedule, it's a 50-50 with Jensen Beach right now.
Yeah, it is, and they got Fort Pierce Central this week, and we'll talk about more about that here in a little bit. But we're gonna take a break, 2-minute timeout, then we're gonna come back and we'll talk a little bit more about what's going on here in the region here. Stay tuned here. We're watching the Space and Treasure Coast edition of the Blitz here on FloatHSFootball.com.
I've been thinking about this for a long time. I thought, if that's out there, I want to make sure I see it and I get involved in it, because to me, this was music to my ears. I was blown away. When you look at today's kid, the millennium kid, they learn by being able to see it. If I can see it, it's a great chance that I can do it. The First Down Playbook is a tool that can essentially change the way we teach the game.
Box Out gives you the ability to create graphics at the speed of sports to highlight your athletic department, teams, and student athletes in seconds. Used and trusted by Notre Dame, Ohio State, UConn, Marquette, Georgetown, and many more of the top college brands in the country. If you want your school's brand to stand out through all the clutter, start your free demo at boxoutsports.com.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with a free ScoreStream mobile app. Download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
Get ready for the 2026 Coach of the Year Clinics. This February and March, see top collegiate coaches, learn from the best, and take your program to the next level. Don't miss America's most respected coaching clinics.
All right, welcome back here to the Blitz here on FloydHSFootball.com here, and I'm Josh Wilson along with Christopher Like here as we do more of the digestion of what was week number 8 here in the Sunshine State, especially in the Space and Treasure Coast Blitz. Again, apologize for not having our interview tonight. We'll have Alan Slaughtersinski next week, and I already told him, hey, sure, we'll get him on, and I definitely want to look forward to the conversation with Alan because Alan is a book of knowledge, especially when it comes to Brevard County football and Brevard County sports in general. And we'll definitely have Alan more probably. It's because I know girls flag football, they're going to see a big expansion down in Brevard County this coming spring. So we'll definitely have some people they'll talking about that kind of thing as well with the shows here. But anyways, looking back here on the Space and Treasure Coast as well, Astronaut in the Villages, 35-0. The Villages just put the Astronaut right back on the bus, back to the other side of the state, and said, "Not this year, people. Not this year."
Yeah, Astronaut, they're doing good this year, but you run into a bus, a big bus like the Buffaloes, and yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah, basically, the Villages said, "Yep." Yeah, basically said,
Yeah.
Hit the buzzer. Time's up. Anyways, with that said here, this week sets up a big showdown, Chris. And I got to say, it really is interesting to say the least here. The showdown that we're looking at this week in terms of the Space and Treasure Coast Blitz, for the Villages, I mean, it's the Villages and Cocoa. I think everybody's eyeballing this game to see what's going to come of that game. It's going to be such a game that you just kind of keep an eye on it.
Yeah, we don't have any questions about the Villages. We just have a lot of questions about Cocoa, and that's what it all boils down to. Which version of the Cocoa team we're going to see this week? Is it the one that struggling the last few weeks, or the one that puts on the gas pedal and win big?
No, absolutely here. And with that said, it really, it's just, I'm just having a hard time really trying to grasp my head that this is a year that it's not about necessarily Cocoa. It really, we came into the season thinking Cocoa. If y'all saw the projections back at the start of the season, I mean, this is what's going to, you thought what y'all saw in the preseason. I mean, look at the content that we had there in terms of the Florida Power Rankings Index. That kind of content, we're going to come back and look at it, and it's going to lead to district reviews and we're gonna have that kind of stuff just as content that's gonna come out over as team seasons end, district teams in each district get eliminated. I don't know how we're gonna necessarily do a review on the season in terms of the rural. We may have to wait in that one because rural's one big huge happy family, so to speak. We'll look at the Sunshine State Athletic Association. We'll look at we'll look at certain things there with that. But one of the things when I go back to Chris, I'm gonna try to pull it up here is the trying to pull where I put it at is in the pre-season. No, it's in the 2025 schedules. I want to say yes, it's right here. Okay, so everything we put together here is basically we put it together in terms of what's the projected what's the projected win and loss total based upon the schedules that were there preseason. Obviously, some teams' schedule change. Obviously, they add a game or something because they didn't have enough games when by the time we ran the first set of rankings, which we had to put a deadline on it basically, because we had to get information out. But when coming into this season with Cocoa, Chris, the FPRI was pretty strong. It was pretty strong. I would say, would you call it bullish or bearish? I don't know. I'm not sure which way you would want to describe it, but I think it may be bullish. It was thinking a perfect season for Cocoa.
Yeah, we were thinking that they weren't going to miss a beat, and then all of a sudden, here we are, and it's like, okay.
I mean, they're sitting there at 2-4. We're sitting at 2-4. I mean, they could be 3-4 coming in this day if they had played last week, but we're looking at a perfect season potentially for Cocoa. This the way things were, just based upon the strength of schedule, the teams they were playing. This year's not been that. It has not been that at all. And Mark Cannon says if you can stop Coco's two really good running backs, you can beat them. And that's the thing. Cocoa, the Cocoa where they have been strong at his quarterback play this year, it's not been so much that. And that's it. You're right. It won't take a village to beat Cocoa, even though that school's name is the Villages. So I digress.
Yeah. I mean, at quarterback, it's been more a mixed bag for Cocoa, and we're seeing that. I mean, you lose the player that you lost from last year, and
right.
This is the result we get.
And I'm pretty sure, and I will say this, I'm pretty sure for head coach Ryan Schneider, this is not what he wanted this year either. I don't think he was expecting this. I don't think depending win or loss, how the conversation goes with Alan Slaughtersinski next week is going to be really interesting. It's going to be interesting no matter which way, but no matter how the result turns out, because Alan will have a lot of nuggets for us. The thing is, how does the conversation go specifically about Cocoa? Does Cocoa make the playoffs, but they make the playoffs as a 6, 7, 8 seed? Or do they make the playoffs as a top 4 seed by virtue of actually winning that district and finishing out the season with 3 wins, which would be obviously this week, obviously the Villages.
Mm-hmm.
Week 11 being they're off next week. Week 11 being Rockledge, and then obviously turning around, playing Rockledge on Thursday night, turning around and playing a Popka on that following Monday night. If you can win,
that's gonna be a tall order, and I'm not sure.
Or actually, I may be missing a game for Cocoa here. Hold on 1 second here. Let me make sure that I am not missing a game here for Cocoa here. Astronaut. So no, wait a second. I'm sorry. Apologize. Villages, Astronaut. So win the next 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
Popka, the Villages, Astronaut, Rockledge, and obviously a Popka.
You got to wonder if a Popka is going to be more motivated to play the Cocoa on a Monday or Tuesday night in week 12.
My question is does a Popka well from everything I've seen that a Popka wants to make, a Popka will play the game. They're going to honor the contract. So that's I don't think so. So, but I gotta say this is just there's a lot here to really digest in terms of what is going to happen here, and I mean, if Cocoa, I will say this: if Cocoa Astronaut is closer than what it was between Astronaut and the Villages, boy,
that's what I'm thinking.
I wouldn't want to taste the Villages.
I've been teasing this for the last 3 or 4 weeks. I think the Astronaut Cocoa game is probably the most key game in this entire thing, because you wonder where we know what Cocoa is right now, but we don't really understand Astronaut either. So,
I sometimes I think we know teams, but we really don't. And that's the thing. Sometimes I don't think we really understand and know teams.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that Astronaut Cocoa game that's been circled on my calendar for a while.
Oh, absolutely here. All right, we're going to take another break here, and we're going to come back, and we're going to do our pick six for week number 9 here on the Space and Treasure Coast edition of the Blitz here on FortHSFootball.com. We'll be right back right after this.
I've been thinking about this for a long time. I thought, if that's out there, I want to make sure I see it and I get involved in it, because to me, this was music to my ears. I was blown away. When you look at today's kid, the millennium kid, they learn by being able to see it. If I can see it, there's a great chance that I can do it. The First Down Playbook is a tool that can essentially change the way we teach the game.
Box Out gives you the ability to create graphics at the speed of sports to highlight your athletic department, teams, and student athletes in seconds. Used and trusted by Notre Dame, Ohio State, UConn, Marquette, Georgetown, and many more of the top college brands in the country. If you want your school's brand to stand out through all the clutter, start your free demo at boxoutsports.com.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with a free ScoreStream mobile app. Download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
Get ready for the 2026 Coach of the Year Clinics. This February and March, see top collegiate coaches, learn from the best, and take your program to the next level. Don't miss America's most respected coaching clinics.
All right, welcome back here to the Space and Treasure Coast edition of the Blitz here on FortHSFootball.com here. And wow, boy, these shows go by pretty quickly here, but let's look at doing something here, which is, you know what time it is, Chris? Oh, I can't hear you, Chris.
Yeah, Sunshine may know.
You know, you may know, huh? Sunshine may know.
What time is it, Sunshine?
It's time for the pick six. It is time for the picks to take shape as we get into it here with our first set of picks for week number 9 here. We've got Merritt Island and Titusville. Merritt Island is a 38-point favorite in this one, Chris. Rapid fire, who are you taking on this one?
Merritt Island, big, and not even maybe close.
Merritt Island, and you don't think it's ever going to even be close. Oh, well, I think we're all kind of in an alignment here on the agreement here with that, and I'm taking Merritt Island as well on this one, and Reno is taking Merritt Island as well. So we're going to be 3 for 3 on the Mustangs, or we're not going to be 3 for 3 on the Mustangs, but the forecast says Merritt Island and Titusville. Let's go with that one, and we'll roll with that. All right. Up next is Heritage Palm Bay 3-4 against Mainland 4-2. Mainland a 23-point favorite over the Swarm Gang. 97% chance of winning on this one.
Yeah, Mainland too good for Palm Bay. Heritage.
Barely hear you.
Yeah, I think Mainland probably going to be a heavy favorite in this thing. So give me Mainland.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with Mainland as well here. I feel like the Buccaneers are just much stronger here in this one here. And with that said, Reno is rolling with Mainland as well. So all of us are taking the Buccaneers. All right, up next is Martin County 6-1 at Jupiter 7-0. Jupiter a 9-point favorite, win probability 80%.
It's going to be a lot closer than the score that indicates. So, but give me Jupiter at home.
So Chris is taking Jupiter at home. Reno is taking Jupiter. I've been torn on this one because this one's hard to pick on because this one could go either way. I mean, the win probability is sitting there in favorability of Jupiter, but I mean, if this was at Martin County, I'd be more leaning maybe to take Martin County and less and go under on the points. But this one, give me Jupiter, give me the Warriors. Warriors rolling as well under head coach Jason Cradman. All right, another one, pretty good game there in the Treasure Coast over at Lawnwood is Jensen Beach 7-0, Fort Pierce Central 6-1. Jensen Beach 11-point favorite over the host Cobras. Falcons a 85% chance of winning this one.
Well, some team in blue is going to win. So give me the teal team, which is going to be Jensen Beach.
Yeah, I'm going to take Jensen Beach as well. Reno is taking Jensen Beach as well for the picks here. All right, up next is a big one that's going to be down in the muck. And I got this one could be interesting. Vero Beach 7-0, Pahokee 6-1. My thought is this: Vero Beach is 7-0 here. Pahokee, I mean, going down to Anquan Bolden and playing there. I mean, I get it; it's the muck, but muck's not the same as what it used to be. In the 80s and 90s. Vero Beach has just been really, really good. Outside the Fort Pierce Central game, they have dominated every other opponent they have played.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a relentless pursuit by Vero Beach to prove everybody wrong.
I should say this: Vero Beach, the other game that it was not where they didn't dominate was Buchholz. So there's two games: Buchholz, they didn't dominate; Fort Pierce Central, they didn't dominate. But other games,
yeah,
they kind of dominated.
Like I said, it's been a relentless pursuit by Vero Beach to prove everybody wrong this year. And give me Vero Beach.
Yeah, as you see that here and now. Now this one, just don't come at me. Again, this is still the first year of the Florida Power Rankings Index. We've been pretty good. It's been, 78. It's been over 78% correct the last 3 weeks. We're trying to get it pushed to 80. Kind of made a few more tweaks this weekend after noticing a couple of things, and we've kind of got some things situated on the system. But here you go. Village is 54 over Coca. I don't know if it's going to be 54, but Coco's got injuries. Coco's got injuries. This one's hard. I mean, it's hard, but it's not hard. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
If there's a time for
the Village should win this thing, but it's gonna be. I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't shock me if that's the margin of victory. I mean, but again, it wouldn't shock me if this is a 3-point game either. So I don't know what to say.
I got a coach. I got the South Sumner coach. He said he'll take Coco and no points. He's stunned by the 54-point forecast, and I don't think it's going to be 54 points. I think the Villages. This is the best chance for the Villages to beat Coco.
Yeah.
Here's your shot. Take a chance.
Like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if the Villages won by that much, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's a 3-point game.
It wouldn't surprise me if it's a sliding scale here. Oh Lordy, Noli. Oh Lordy.
Boy.
I think Noli is not cuckoo for Cocoa.
Yeah. He's probably missing the milk too. Need some milk, Noli? Need some milk?
Oh, I'm done. See you later. Bye-bye. Oh, I have no dog in the fight, but if there's ever
Maybe he can help.
No, he's right. I mean, if there's ever a year to kick Coco, this is it. He's saying, but I mean, if there's a year to beat Coco, this is it. This is the year because I guarantee you, right now, Coco will be back stronger than ever next year. That's just. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the year to knock him down.
I not only don't need no milk.
And it's not a knock on Coco. It's just
it really is not. I'm not here to criticize teams. It's just the situation. It's if Coco uses this as bulletin board material. By all means,
we've been talking about Coco every freaking week here.
Yeah, you're right. We have been. It's been one of those things. We've been talking about Coco every week, and it's unfortunate that we have to deal with this like this. So, I mean, it's one of those things, Chris, that we just have to deal with in terms of it happens.
Yeah.
So, anyways, any final thoughts as we wrap it up here for our show for week number 9 here on the Space and Treasure Coast Blitz?
Yeah, I'm just interested to see a couple of these games, just like the Coco game and the Royal Beach game. Those are 2 games that I'm just really interested in right now.
Yeah, again, it's just there's a lot here. There's a lot to digest. It's week number 9. Hard to believe. It's going to be week 10 and week 11 in the next 2 weeks. It's also going to be Halloween and then, Turkey Day and then Christmas. Hard to believe.
Getting into the holiday season.
Yes, indeed. All right. We'll be back here in about 10 minutes here for the South Florida edition of the Blitz. We'll see you then.